Hello, 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 hello.
என்னமா டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் மக்கள் இவங்க பேச
பாக்கெட்ல வச்சுக்கோ. ஓகே. இந்த இல்லையா ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಬಗ್ಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ please.
Good afternoon, all. Always remember, your focus determines your reality, says George Lucas. Let us start the afternoon session with a fresh beginning. Welcome all experience. You never know which one is going to turn everything on, says Jim John. Let me invite Dr. B. Ajanta to deliver the welcome address and introduce the chief guest, Dr. K.R. Upendra.
Hey, sorry, sir. Please, sir, please. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. Yeah, yeah.
Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of the Research Department of English, JSRNM College, I extend a hearty welcome to our two-day international conference on applied theatre, sponsored by Government of India, Ministry of Culture, South Zone Cultural Center. My hearty welcome to our Senior Professor, Dr. Rajendran, Mr. Ravindra, Program Officer, and the distinguished resource person, Dr. K.R. Upendra, Dr. David Wesley, and Dr. Anita Upendra. Welcome, sir. I extend my welcome to the faculty members, research scholars, and students of our department, as well as participants from various colleges across our country. Once again, we are glad to welcome you all who are being at our premises and online. Now, I take the privilege to welcome and introduce our renowned resource person, Dr. K.R. Upendra, of our validity section. We are really privileged enough to have such a resourceful person for our valedictory session. I have to thank Sir and his madam for coming over here amidst the worst weather conditions at their place. When they started on Thursday evening, a yellow alert was given in Bangalore. Though they missed their train, they traveled all the way from that to fulfill their promises. It shows their commitment and dedication towards their profession. On behalf of our institution, I wholeheartedly express our gratitude to you, sir. Now, I'm happy to introduce Dr. K.R. Upendra to our audience. He is a theatre actor, director, and expert in drama in education. He had 15 years of experience in theatre arts, training amateurs, artists, cinema actors, children's teachers through various performing arts, mainly through drama and using cinema as a tool. He is an expert in psychophysical aspects, self-participation, and self-inquiry. His major emphasis is on alertness and awareness playing a role in our life with a sense of beauty and liveliness. He applies the Raza and Baba concept of Natya Sastra as the core idea and beliefs. Emotional balance and well-being are the ultimate goal of his training. He has a doctorate in performing arts from Kerala Kalamandalam Deemed University. He has been associated with Azim Premji Foundation as resource person in drama in education for the past 10 years. He gives training to the head teachers, district functionaries, and officials in Karnataka state government in the theme, incorporating drama elements in the teaching learning processes in classrooms. He worked as a consultant faculty in performing arts department at Christ University, and he directed so many plays. Some of them are Apricot Jar, a story based on 1001 Arabian Nights, Tri Vikrama, based on a Sanskrit poem, Shakuntala Doll, based on Abhinyana Shakuntala of Kalidasam, and Gibson's Doll's House. He conducted state theatre workshop for youth and community elders on alertness and awareness towards various social issues such as child marriage and literacy. He has professional experiences in various institutions. He worked with Dr. Velu Saravanan in the concept Theatricality in Primary Education as an actor and assisted in the workshops for children and teachers for 3 years. He is a drama therapist and conducted sessions for halfway home schizophrenia patients in Richmond Fellowship Society for the period of 3 years, focusing on exploring Navarasa through theatre. He worked as an in-charge head of drama in Daffodils English School, Bangalore for the period of 2 years, training children and faculty in artistic expressions through drama. As well as he also acted as a trainer in film institutes and organizations like Adarsha Film Institutes, Innovative Film Institute Bidadi, and Mahatma Gandhi Hindi Vishwavidyalaya Varda, Maharashtra for 4 years. Besides this, he has work experience in children theatre, and he conducted various puppet performances, workshops, and children's plays. Besides being a trainer, he is also an actor. He acted in a few plays, and moreover, he has such a noble heart to serve the ailing children. So he is associated with the Dr. Clowns France as clowns for 2 years, performing in hospitals for ailing children in children ward. He worked with some directors like Mr. Philip, Mr. Luyum, Dr. Velu Saravanan, Venkatramanan Aital, Dr. K.V. Akshara Stream, Chenna Keshwam, Sri Raghunanda, Sri Abhilash Pillai, Mr. Iqbal Ahmad, and Mr. Veli Rangarajan. He assisted some of the directors in Swiss and Israel. He acted as a judge for the National Film Festival organized by SB Jain College, Bangalore, and he acted as a resource person in many occasions, and he trained so many aspiring trainees. He directed and produced a documentary movie on master puppeteer of Kerala shadow puppetry, The Soul of Vibrant Shadows. I'm damn sure that we are going to have a feast to our mind and soul. And sir, we are very much eager to be flourished by your session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The secret of getting ahead is getting started, says Mark Twain. Let's start the valedictory session. I would like to invite Dr. K.R. Upendra, expert in theatre and education, director of FACE, to enlighten the session on the topic, decoding the children theatre concept, content, and context. I welcome you, sir.
I'll present. I'll present. See? Okay. I'm very happy. It's a great privilege that I have been invited by SRNMM College English department to present a subtopic on the main topic, applied theatre. This is number one. The second very interesting element is it is a hybrid conference, so that there are around 40 scholars from across India are here. And that gives me immense pleasure that I have been, heard throughout India today. No. Yes or no? Little louder? Yes. Little louder? Yes. No, it's not enough. Say yes or no. Okay, we will make it binary. First, Ninga. Second, Ninga. 1, 2, 3. Say yes or no. Yes. Say yes or no. Yes. So my session is going to be conversation. It will be in a conversational mode because the time is 3 o'clock after lunch. If it is morning session, I would have been here, decent, chuck, reading like this, and I would have finished it. But today, my session has been positioned in the afternoon sessions. Not leave you like you should not leave me. Is it okay? Challenge? Ready for challenge? Say yes or no. Challenge? Challenge? Yes. So, in the same mode, I am going to make statement on the topic which I am committed. I am not going to present a paper. I am going to make a statement. You have to challenge because the content is somewhere and we are getting the help of the content and we are presenting it. I always see the content has to be constructed collaboratively by the listener and the speaker, and that's what the belief I have. Number 2, I have the word context in my topic. Context will not be there. Context means situation. I don't believe in situation, but I will try to create a situation for something to be fused, and that's understanding towards the word meaning context. Am I right, boy? Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Yes. Yes or no. Okay, good. Statement 1. When I come and present a paper, when I am asked to work with college students, I'm going to make a statement. Be ready to give me back the ball. When I am asked to work with the college students, I feel they fall under the category of tourists who come to Kutralam, take bath and go. Or I position them as pilgrims who come to Shivaliputur and they watch and go. Like that, if I come and work with the first year student and make something to happen, then if I come next year, you will be in the second year, I'll be working with the new group. So in that context, I am you, so that you don't fall, you should not fall under that category. You have to be very active listening and responding to me. This is statement number one. Statement number two, maybe I have decided you will not answer me because you feel that I am protruding and making you sit and speak. So I'll ask your teachers that இதுல எத்தனை பேரு நம்ம தியேட்டர் ஒர்க் ஷாப் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க? மாடர்ன் தியேட்டர் ஒர்க் ஷாப் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணவங்க இந்த குரூப்ல எத்தனை பேர்? How many people are there? No one is there. You have attended. How many people have attended modern theater workshop? Drama workshop? Please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. Don't worry, no, it's a very simple question. How many people have the exposure of attending a drama workshop, theater workshop, or modern theater workshop? So it's zero. So my dear friends, I request you that I'll give you in 3-4 sentences what do we mean by modern theater and what might be the experience or the process that you undergo and we facilitate it. Shall I do it? Yeah. The point number one is, if someone says, as in the morning, if you hear the word theater, you just get a reflection of cinema theater, operation theater, all the other theaters, but not something which we mean. In that sense, modern theater means, modern theater means it is not that the entertaining terukuttu or engaging other art form. It is focused on the process of getting a normal person into actor's shoes, and then after getting equipped of the body, mind and voice, and then executing a character. And this is, please, you need not talk, but when I speak, you all should look at me. Please, I request that. So this is what the process. What is that process? How do the facilitator does it? Means there will be number of games, there will be number of tasks which will be very funny, very engaging, and then through that process you will be coming out of the cocoons which was created by the society or created by yourself on assuming that the society is expecting this. You will come out of that and then you will feel like free man, daring to do anything and face anything. If you are not coming out of it, if you are inside, doing anything will not impact this society or will not create any impact for yourself, my dear friends. Modern theater helps every individual to come out of the cocoon and without hesitation exercise his rights, that is from the body, from the mind, and even your soul should not be binded of unwanted restriction that was created by the society. But I'm not saying you reject the society. I'm saying whatever good is there, please accept it. If there is unwanted restriction which was created by the society, you have to break it. Then your life becomes so joyful. Joy, happiness, fun, joy, happiness, and bliss. And that is what of the theater arts, the objective and the aim and objective of the theater arts is, it has to give bliss to your life. Ananda. The word Ananda can be used in philosophy, and then you can use it in the theater arts, which is called as Brahmananda. Can you say your life is so joyful? I will say it. My life is so joyful. Great. I have number of problems in the back, but I can say it because I'm an artist. So that the modern theater training makes your blocks released, enjoying the life, by which makes your life beautiful, and then make your presence in the society, and the society has to be joyful in receiving you. It's not like chairs, you are simply sitting without an impact to others and no impact to ourselves. But this is what the modern theater training does. In that we have number of subtopics. Like that, the one such topic is called applied theater. Got the point? Just raise your hands. Someone is got the point? Raise your hands. If you say yes, don't say yes, but raise your hands. Raise your hands. You got the point? What is applied theater? Where is it false? Say, okay, there is a challenge between you and me. Can I take it? Say yes or no. Okay, then if I say 1, you have to raise your hands. If I say 2, you have to clap. Okay, I request. I will fall down. That's the point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, nice. Okay. So the process, yes, good. I'm happy. I want to see happy faces. It's not like, he has taken the free lunch served by SRNM college, and then I don't wish to see that. It's good face. I mean, as all the professionals, the great professors are here, they know it. If someone is called to present a paper, sometimes we come with some specific points. Sometimes we come with PPT, and then sometimes we come with complete paper ready. So I have done all the ways, but this time I have chosen to present a complete paper. I have written a paper. It's very clear, very nicely. I have presented my own understanding and experience and insights here. So, but I'm not going to present, in a chronological way, however, I mean, in what way it is presented, but I'm going to just take maybe 25 minutes, 5 points, 5 minutes and 25 minutes close. And then I wish to this is what the structure. I think it sounds good. You need not say yes. I will say yes because it's a good. I don't want your yes. If you say yes, I will be happy. No problem. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. The first point which I want to say is, as I said, this is applied theater. No, in this applied theater in the classroom, there is classroom drama production processes is separately constructed. It has a theory, it has a practice, it has many case studies and insights. This is one. And then Augusto Boal's theater, that is called a spectator theater. Yesterday, Elongo sir was presenting so energetically, no? So that spectator theater is also called as a applied theater, because theater arts means there is a performance, there is an audience, there is a start, and there is a climax, and then there is an end, and people clap or respond, and they go, and then we go remove the makeup, and then we do our work. And this is called theater loosely. But in applied theater, it is not that. So in that sense only, your college management has decided to bring in the concept applied theater. Means, because if you are little hesitant to directly participate in the task and exercises or undergo the modern theater training, if you are hesitant, you can just take the elements of the applied theater, and wherever possible you can apply, or wherever it is emerging, or wherever you see it, you can get some insights of it. In that sense only they have chosen the topic applied theater. So in that applied theater, another subclass, I'm going to speak about children theater. What is it that called children theater? Every face is moving, no? Because in the lunch, the face is like that. I have my own experience, because when I was in acting school, afternoon session, one great professor, great professor G.K. Govinda Rao, he teaches Shakespearean text so nicely, but he is a very, very strict professor. There are only 18 actors and we are sitting. G.K. Govinda Rao entered, ready now? Everyone was saying, hey, G.K. Govinda Rao has come, hey, you have to be alert, like that. But I had good lunch, no? So I was getting full sleep. So then I found out one technique, opening my eyes like this and then freezing it like that. I was sitting like that. G.K. Govinda Rao is explaining about As You Like It, I was like this. And T.K. Govindra is looking at everyone, and then he's looking at me, I'm like this. He was happy. And then going on, but I am like this, but I am sleeping inside. Then in that side, the circle in the fourth place, my teacher Sridhar Hegodu was there. And he looked at me once, and then he active like that. And then after 5 minutes also, I was like this. And then he thought, like he just throw a stone, and then only I know all the techniques. So I don't want you to apply that technique. Okay. So this children theater, why it has something called children theater emerged means, as you all know, your academic, your school experience will not let the children to go beyond the textual. You'll have a lessons, you'll have portions, and that has to be completed for the sake of the exam. And then for exam only, you will be pushed. And then now it is grades. In the older days, it was rank, marks, and everything. So the children, they are not enjoying the childhoodness. That's what the point. The children theater has emerged to give the child their own world, that is fantasy. That's the point here. Because whenever any children theater expert, I'm making another statement, whenever, children theater experts go, subjectively they have that, we are the adults and we will make the children by various tasks and exercises and make them to, understand the real world. But I am the other side of it. I don't want to make children to understand the real world, but I want to enter into their fantasy world. And then in that fantasy world, I will bring some elements of the real world. We both will work together. This both to working together shall be called as children theater. It might be my own subjective understanding. And wherever children psychologists or people who have worked with children from the educational setup has accepted partially. This is statement number one. And statement, the other point which I want to say here is, what is that the process of children theater does means divergent thinking. See, our real life, there is no logic in it, but it will make you to think gently. You ask, you are doing like that, why you are doing like this? If you do like that, it will happen. We are there to break, not to make the child convergent thinking, but we have to make the child to think divergently, because multiple answers for multiple things. Each and every answer should be viewed as unique. Hey, yeah, now I speak in Kannada and Tamil also, no? Just now, the Kannada phrase, hey, teacher will say, hey, don't say like that. Shut your mouth. No. Wow, did you say like that? I will contemplate. I have said like that when I work with the children. Suddenly, the child will say something which is totally, in our adult point of view, erratic, idiotic. Through our adult mind, if you look at it, it will be like that. But I will stop and listen. Oh, is it so? I will contemplate on it. And that is what the space which every children theater professional should create. That's what the point which I want to make. This is what the basic setting which I have made in front of you. Modern theater, applied theater, from applied theater, children theater. In children theater, how are we going to work? This is what the point I have presented. All together, point A. Move it. Now I am coming to the B point. What is that B means? What are all the types of children theater? Loosely, this is also loosely, I will be, because it's also loosely constructed, or I can say it is an emerging concept which has to be concretized in the context of India or in the context of the region you live is the need of the hour when we speak about theater. Okay, when my topic was decoding children theater, an expert asked me, sir, you are having the word called decoding. Is there something called coding for children theater? Wow, it's a nice question. I said, it's a nice question. I'll I'll take a minute and answer you. You are absolutely right. There is nothing called children theater as a code, because when I use the word code, if any theater professional who work in the classical theater performances, they often use this scripture called Natya Shastra, Natya Shastram. Like Kuttanul in Tamil, we have in Sanskrit called Natya Shastra. It is exactly codified. It will say how the king should walk, how the queen should speak. Even the language queen has to speak will be described specifically. A fisherman language should come in this Prakrit. The minister should speak in this Prakrit. What is the earring a minister should wear? What is the soldier, the pole which he is going to hold it in the hand? It is also prescribed. If that way something is there, we can say it is codified. So there is nothing like that in children theater. Then how can we say there is a code? Then what am I going to do by having the word decoding? Means loosely something is getting conceived or constructed, and then I want to decode it. Why people are looking at children theater like this? What is that it makes people to work often and often with children? So that is what made me to have the word decoding. Coming back to the point B, that is, what are all the types of children theater? One type, children, by the children play. Children themselves called, and then a facilitator or a teacher will be there. He'll give roles, and a play production is made and then presented in the annual day performance. This is one type. And then for the children play, this is one type, which connected with children and theater. I'm not saying it is children theater. I'll come back to the point. All the 4 speakers, all the 5, 6 speakers for the past 2 days, they have presented many points. I have been by chance or choice in the last speaker. I can take all the points and then I can present it, or I can counter points and make all the points to be very active for another 1 year. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to present my paper only. But coming back to the point, the second type is for the children play, in which what happens, people like in the back seats and the front seats, and anyone will come, a play which is written with a specific objective, and the characters will be a 7-year-old, 8-year-old child, and that character will be enacted by the elderly people like me and madam, and I will be coming as 7-year-old boy, like that. I don't know what is this. So then another professional actor will come, sir, like that. People usually think that for the children play means adults will come and perform a content which discusses about the children life. It's not that. Second statement which I children, but they are not invited to perform in that. For the children play means there are some issues in the children's life. Maybe the abuse, maybe the discrimination based on the gender, caste, class, that cannot be presented by the victim itself. Maybe the future, the child may face it in her or his future life. So she or he cannot present it. So specifically, a children theatre expert will write a play in with a content. Abuse means you cannot directly go and ask a girl child of 6, 7 years old that and have a conversation about the abuse part, and it will be terrified. It is not so easy to make them to speak. So the content will be, maybe I'm just giving you an example, the content will be abuse, but that cannot be performed by the child itself. So an expert actor will come and take the role of 7-year-old girl child, and then 8-year-old boy, and then the other abuser, and such kind of things is the intention of for the children play, written, and people will come and perform. See, this concept also we came to know by the National School of Drama. There is a very, very, a big institute which was formed by in Nehru's period, 1950s. Kamaladevi Chattopadhyaya, a great expert, she made a clear framework for the functioning of the National School of Drama. That big institute has created a small company called Theatre and Education Company, in which some of the professional actors work as government paid actors, and they will sit and discuss, oh, in this region we have this problem, we have to make them aware of these things, and we have to make the children to question these problems or the conflicts which is prevailing in their society. Like that, people come and perform. No, that is called for the children play. Number 2. Number 3 is dramatic play. It is the very interesting area to be discussed, because if people have worked in children's psychology, or people have worked with children, maybe I may not say Montessori, no, not Montessori also, or if you're working in the primary school, you would have come to know Jean Piaget, a Swiss psychologist, and then Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist. These two people have clearly presented an idea about how the child's mind think. So I wish to refer Jean Piaget, a Swiss psychologist. He says children often indulge in pretend play and repetitive play. What is it, pretend play and repetitive play? I mean, I'm just explaining the topic dramatic play on the basis of the Piaget's concept. See, what Jean Piaget says, if you just go and observe the child, you should not do anything. My dear friends, I want adults only maybe for some period of time, but go and observe the children just standing. Let them talk, let them play, just observe. You will get to know what is the present situation in this world. You will get to know what is that your mind and body expects for the sake of joy and for the sake of the knowledge. In that sense, Piaget has observed, and he has said that children indulge in repetitive play means they will throw the ball, they will go and then take and come back, and then they will throw the ball, then they will go and take and then come back. This is called repetitive play. Like that, the children will often doing it. Why they are doing it? What is that they are making it strong by doing it? Means it is called psychomotor skills. If you are allowed to sit like this for little more number of minutes or little more number of years, sedentary works makes people, human beings, body. I've been forced to use the word DEAD, but I will not say that. I say Jada, innate object. We become, because sedentary aspect makes a vibrant body should be neutral, innate object like this. So the child doesn't want to make his body like that. So he indulges in repetitive play. The second one is pretend play. What is the pretend play? So morning, in the hall, it will be sitting. Father, mother will be talking, fighting, doing something. It would have observed it. But the father, mother might not know that child or his child is so attentive in observing all the aspects. But it's not true. It observes exactly, and then he comes and pretends like his father, and the other guy pretends like his father, and both speak. This is loosely called as role play. This pretend play means that is a dramatic play is happens under the topic children theater. That should also be noticed. It is done for the sake of joy of recreating, joy of imagining that I am, make believe act. This child, one, two, super. Yeah. So the dramatic play, the third one is dramatic play. The dramatic play gives joy for the children. This is the third one. The fourth type, which I can say is, that's called drama in education, as theater in classroom, as as some techniques used to teach subjects. This is the fourth type. This is called drama in education. What is it, drama in education? I'll finish it in 2 minutes and I'll go tell you 2 stories. Are you ready for stories? Say yes or no. Superb. Then I'll leave this drama in education. I'll go to the story. Right? Okay. Story number 1. There is some theory says, that's also connected with theory, because simply storytelling is not possible, no? So the theory says every child is unique. For their knowledge construction, the teacher has to provide time and space. This is the theory. There is a story when I am called by a very important theatre person in Bengaluru to direct a play for children. There were 45 children. They were called, it's a summer camp, because I don't know how many people might know the meaning of the summer camp. Sisters, brothers, please, please, thank you. Show your hands. Brothers, show your hands. Good. Okay. So summer camp means at the month of April and May, every 5 streets will have theater camp in Bengaluru. Can you imagine? South Bangalore. Now there is almost 15 summer camps where the parents will send their children for 45 days to get exposed of various trainings, making props, making masks, and then singing songs, and then learning some steps, and then finally presenting a play. So like that, I have been called to direct a play, no? So first 3 days, I will try to understand what is the learning style of the children. Because if there is 5 children like this, first 5 days, I will try to understand, oh, this child is, when I give some task, which has to be done physically, oh, it's okay. This child is, okay, when I ask her to go and take, he's hesitating, no? Okay, but drawing, very nice, okay. Then he is this learning style is through, talking or writing. Then the other one is, if you give some, bowls like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, the quick children catch and do, write some poems and tell poems. Oh, this has some musical, because my Howard Gardner and American psychology educationalist, he says people are not one intelligence, they have multiple intelligence. So if you can decode it in terms of the learning style, each and every will have different styles, no? So I will somehow come near learning style of the child. Like that, all the child, I got some idea that I am giving different tasks and then, but one child was simply looking at me, doing nothing. If you talk, it will not talk. It's a Kannada play called Balada Kate. It's a very interesting story. Balada Kate means, the Hanumanta, Bhima, they meet at one time, and then, Hanuman, Bhima is very, very arrogant, to reduce the ego of the Bhima. Hanumanta lies down with the tail like this, and then asks Bhima, hey, Bhima, you are going this way, no? Lift the tail and go, man. Like that, he says. And then Bhima comes and says, who are you, man? Like that. Then Hanumanta says, I am your elder brother. I want to collapse your ego. So that only I did like that. And then he gives Vishwarupa, that I am your brother, like that. This is the story, for which every characters have been given to the child. But one child is simply looking at him. When I look at him, it will do like this. When someone is doing, it will be looking like this. When you ask him to do it, he will not do it. His father is an actor. Actor means a theater actor. So he will come, sir, Upendra sir, yen sir, nim kade kalisidra makkalu chennagi act martara sir. I mean, what he says in Kannada means, sir, if I send our child, he will make the child to act. No, so that only I have sent. You have to make my child to act on the final day, sir. Oh, this is what your attitude. Very curious. very attentive. I can sense it, watching like this. But when I ask him to speak, he is not speaking. But 5 days gone. After 7th day, I was directing something for the here with group of children. Something is pulling me and I am forced to turn. That child is looking at me. Then, okay. So such a very, very intensive, attentively observing. And then I'm doing other work. And then again, I am pulled to look this side. In the side wing, by doing some other work for props, the child is observing. That's enough for me. I said, I will not touch this child. Because for me, it has to observe attentively. The concentration should be there. And if it is there, the process is good. The result, I will not expect. As far as my equation, the child will decide when that should come and how it should come, on what situation it should come. In that way, you will not believe, dear friends, till the end of the play, he was in the group of, that Vanaras, because, it's like, Hanumanta and Bhima story, there are a number of Vanaras, the monkeys are coming. I like that, all these things. This child has to speak one dialogue and consistently, if he failed at the time of the performance, so I removed the dialogue. So I said, don't worry, my dear child, you just come and do this act and go, because I am very much clear in giving time and space to this child. Okay, so I removed the dialogue and asked him to enjoy the process. I don't force this child. I don't even scold him. I just appreciate it and come back. On the day of the performance, what happened? The other monkey has to speak 3 sentences of dialogue. That fellow forgot and this fellow spoke. What a magic that is called children theatre for me. Do you get my point? Throughout the process, this child didn't speak. I didn't force him. But when the time comes, that is what the process which every children theatre facilitator should go follow. I don't know. I cannot make them to follow this, but I followed it. I got this. This is a very interesting story. After that also, the same parent will come and say to me, yeah, Bidri sir, you have to beat him and speak. I told him, see, it's not that children theatre, spoiling their, joy and creating something is not children theatre. Give them the space and joy, and then you have to, do some process, and that will last long. And that is what the objective of, maybe people will have a different opinion about the NEP, National Education Policy 2020, and the National Curriculum Framework 2005, and National Curriculum Framework 2014, National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2010. All these things says, school education has to prepare a child to be a sensitive, emotionally intelligent, affective citizen of India. What is that? What is that sensible citizen? Civic sensibilities, a concern, empathetic individual. A child has to be brought up as empathetic individual. If there is a pain for that community, that you have to stand on their shoes and feel the pain. It's not sympathy. Ayyo papa. Agbitide. Pidappa. Papa madidare. No. This is called sympathy. Papa. No. Empathy means ayyo papa. To ayyo. Do you get my point? The difference? Ayyo papa. Ayyo, he is suffering. Because I get remember of Narayana Guru. It's not here. Narayana Guru says, Tanga onna tuyaram adaindan aduttavaruடைய வரியை பார்க்கும் பொழுது. Narayana Guru, he says, unbearable pain on looking at others suffering. This is called humanity. For that, we have to. The objective of doing children theatre is this, that you will make the child empathetic towards in and around happenings in his or her life. This is. Can I go for second story? Say yes or no. Second story. Really, yes? Really, yes? Okay. Second story is, I've been called by Urdu government school. I don't know, I'll just you can hear the district's name of Karnataka. That is, there are northeast, Karnataka is in the map like this, means here Bangalore, Mysore, and then maybe, yeah, Hasana, here Udupi, here Gulbarga, Raichur, Ballari, like that. In these places, I have been called to work with the school children. Okay? Okay? So, in that area, the government used to plan something called Mela. Mela means exhibition. Exhibition in the concept of, on the context of functional numeracy. So, their government school will organize an exhibition on functional numeracy. All the 6th, 7th standard students will be called in the playground, like big exhibition. In all the stalls, the children will be standing like this. Here one stall, here one stall, and then the public are invited, and their parents and other public will come. What is this? Sir, this is, the child will say, this is addition. Tell me. 2 plus 2 is 4. Sir, 4 plus 2 is 6. The public will say, oh, my son is reading facts. So, like this, with different topics, in a year, 3 exhibitions is conducted on the guidance of the state government of Karnataka. With the help of the experts and the teachers will do it. I have been called to do, facilitate an exhibition. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay. For people only, yeah. So, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, to do that exhibition, I have been called. So, yeah, okay. So, I have been called, no. So, I always, when I go, teachers and children will be very active. Sir, Upendra, sir. Sir, what's, sir, tell me, sir, what, sir? Like that, they will react. And I will react more, no. So that they will react more. So, the children, the teachers chose 45 children because there were 350 children in that school. The teachers chose 45 children, and then 9 to 10 teachers were assigned, and we, the teachers, have to decide on the topic of art and culture. So what we decided, we'll go from the bigger to the narrow one. So we chose all the 7 continents first, and then in India 7 districts, so 14, and then their place called Surpur. The name of the district is Surpur. So Surpur. So there are 15 stalls. For all the 15 stalls, the teachers has to go to the library, find out what is the culture, find out what is the art which is prevailing there, and people are watching and participating in the art activity has to be noted down. They have to make some props, or they have to write, they have to make drawings, and they have to make even food of that region. All such things should happen. It's a very, very tedious process. 45 children, 10 teachers, and me. Please, 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 please. Say tata, goodbye. Okay. So what happens? 10 teachers, me, and 45 children. Usually what people do, no? 45 children, no. If you invite them, they will be talking, hey, silent, and then they will talk. Or they will say, it's teachers meeting, you go out. But what I did, no, in that 1 month program, 3 hours every day, teachers and students will work, and then they'll go and work in their house also. But I conducted 7 meetings in that 1 month. But you will not believe, I gave equal represent 45 children and 10 teachers and me. I will fight with the teacher, and teacher will say, sir, what is this, sir? It doesn't work, sir. No, teacher, it's not like that. Please, you have to do it. I will help you like that. That the 45 children will observe the fight. The 45 children will observe that for what sir is pressurizing, for what teacher is rejecting. Like that, in every problem, every conflict, every process, all the 45 children observe, right? Okay. So finally, everything was ready. I'm coming quickly because you are losing interest. I'm reducing the segment of the story. Please focus, focus, focus. So everything was ready. 7 continents. The teacher was so enthusiastic. They brought some food cooked on the stall itself, and they used to supply. And then they have, oven, the style of the dress. They will come with the dress, and then they will present it very vibrantly. It started. Suddenly there is a technical issue happened. There is no power supply, no screening, no light also sufficiently. Even though it is a day, we don't have. So 3 teachers have to go. And then there is, as like here, people say here midday meals, sattunavu, you say no, there they say it's a bisi uta. That's called hot meal, they say in Kannada. So the bisi uta has to be organized. The rice bag has to come from the godown. It didn't come. So 3 teachers have to go. So 6 teachers out. Other 3 teachers, they are having some other technical issue of some of the local people and other, they have gone. No teachers, 15 stalls. People have started coming. I was like, you are seeing, no, for no reason, I'm in very tense, no, now itself. At that time, I was in double tense. Yo, I have to prove it. It is a great thing. What should I do? I was like confused. I didn't do anything. Suddenly, I was observing. You will not believe, my dear friends. Don't treat them as adults. Give them equal space to work with adults is theory. And that's what I followed, for the 1 month. So I was just looking at it. All the 9 stalls are professionally handled. Just senior child is giving snacks to younger child each. You do this, I will do that. No teacher, no facilitator. The whole, exhibition was ultimately presented by the children themselves. When the bisi uta is ready, I was like totally collapsed because morning I didn't take breakfast, afternoon, even the children have been taken lunch. How can I take it? So I was collapsed. But without my direction, elderly child just eating biscuits and drinking water. He said, "New Murjana uta madi bandbidi." He said, younger child. And then after coming it, and I gave for Tipu Sultan. It was like a Mughal empire. So the Tipu Sultan makeup, some guy was having it, and he was standing. 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. without lunch like this. I just saw him. Jamal, what is this? Sir, sumne sir, vartha people are coming. I was like in tears. I went in tears because he didn't have lunch till 2 o'clock. But he won it. The process of children theater is you are not going to inculcate anything, but make them to own what they do. Don't tell them to do. They own it. So they were there. I said, Jamal, please. What am I? Sir, sir. Or Batidar, like that. After the other guy came, he gave the place and then he went. And this is what the children theater, the process he expects, sir. That is what very, very important for me. I think it's enough. I have 2 more points in 5 minutes. I'll finish it. If you say, sir, go on, sir, then only I'll go, or else I will go on here. I'll say another interesting story. This is also connected with Indian. See, hence I work for Dhamma Education Program. If there is a 40 days English teacher training program organized by Karnataka, State Government of Karnataka for primary teachers. So experts, English experts like are invited, and they'll teach about the structure of the language and other sub elements of the language. But finally, they'll have 1 day for me also. And then Upendra sir is here and he'll come. Language and theater, expression, communication connected to theater, something like that. I entered. All the teachers are there. And some teachers know me. They say, Upendra sir, good year, like that. I just entered and make a statement. I have this content, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you say, yes, sir, I'll be here. When I conduct, if you feel okay, I'll be here. Or else you say, get out, I'll go out. They were shocked. Sir, why are you saying like that? It is exactly the children theater. I mean, some great speakers of the 4, 5 speakers. One of them have used it. I forgot the name. It's called learner-centered teaching program. It is the learner should decide. You know, the learner, if you are I'm not here teaching something, but assume that the teacher is teaching here and you are in the learning, shoes. You have to decide whether you want this or not. So you have to say get out means I have to get out. It is the other way in Indian education system. The teacher will say get out. But I'm very much into, if you say get out, I'll go out. I said, because then my preparation, yesterday, today morning, Mr. Rajendran was asking, how do you prepare it? How do you plan it? And that's what the discussion they both had. So if I am ready that to answer any question or any response, I have to think in the learner's point of view. And that's what Children Theatre is also saying. The last 2 points which I want to say is the guiding principles of Children Theatre. What is it? Guiding principles means we have to, of course, there are contradictions of the implemented or still implemented national education policy. It says that, emphasize on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exams. Rote learning means just mugging it up and reading it. So don't emphasize on that for children. You make them on experiential learning. So you have to be very clear when you do Children Theatre. Don't make them to fix to some concept. Make that concept to be experienced and get a unique conceptual understanding of it. Is the guiding principle whenever you work with children. Okay, I will not go for that. And then I'll come. What is that I have to do, sir? If you all ask, because you don't have an exposure of modern theatre training, and then in which one major subtopic is applied theatre, you don't have any exposure. Then what might be the use of listening this particular paper? Means I have 5 tasks which you can do. What I may ask you after listening this 2 days hybrid conference of applied theatre means Augusto Boal Theatre, it is a concrete concept for which you need an expert's orientation to do it. Because as Ilongo said, invisible theatre is a very interesting theatre. It's political. If you are there, if some issue is there, one actor will come invisibly and it will start something happen and you'll all fight. And then after half an hour, another actor will come, cool down all the things. And then he will leave. Another invisible actor will come. And then he'll say, okay, what we will do? Oh, you are all talking this now. What we will do? We will all together go on a road roko, or I will meet the deputy collector and give a memorandum. It's okay. Yes. All the people will say yes. And this is called invisible theatre. For this, you need a orientation. So, right. The another one is gender and theatre. Gender and theatre, I mean, the whole world, whether it is through biblical history of the origin of the, human species or origin of the earth, or based on other conceptual, bases of other different beliefs of the evolution of the universe, we are facing this gender. So gender and theatre also, we have to be more sensible in understanding the term gender and then go on. Like that, there are a number of papers presented. No. So all these things which we have to practice and believe that this is that which is expected and the need of the hour to live in this India as a constitutionally binding citizen. So that's all to be followed daily, always, on every walks of time. But when it's come to Children Theatre, I can give you 4 techniques. From tomorrow, you can start doing it. Shall I give you 4 techniques? Say yes or no. Yes or no? 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Superb. Good. So, to enter into Children Theatre, what can you do? If you are going to your house, if you see any school, go and just introduce yourself to the school HM. Sir, I am from SR and I'm from school. College. Oh, sorry. Correct. So you are all alert. Eh? Very good. Very nice. I thought you were all sleeping. Oh, okay. Sir, I am from SR and then college. I am from English department, sir. Please, sir. What did I say? So you shall go and introduce. I am from SRNM. SRN. How many M? Only one M. Okay. SRNM college, sir. From English department. MA first year, sir. Second year, sir. Third year, sir. Fourth year, sir. No, fourth year, sir. Sir, first year, sir. I know something about English language, sir. I can say that. So I want to observe the children, sir. First part. Every day I will come, sir, half an hour, sir, or 1 hour, sir. I will sit in the side of the classroom, sir. Just observe, sir. If they give permission, note down how the children express, how this child communicates, note down. Some months gone. Second time, sir. Second time, if you go, no, already they know you, right? So he'll say, sir, give me 10 minutes, sir. I'll tell a story. Right. They'll give you 10 minutes. While telling stories, as today morning and yesterday, and every expert is saying, how are you going to use the hands? When are you going to come front and say this content of the story? When are you going back? Only 2 moments, front and back, hands. Just these 3 things. Mark it out, practice the story, tell the story in front of the children. You will see abundance of joy. Children are, bubbling out with joy. Akka, na. They will say, like you cannot see that love throughout in your life with anybody, with any characters in your life. Characters means uncle, auntie, like your teacher, your brother, or anyone, but the children will give that much. So second is entering into the children theater. First, you have to understand how the child's mind works. And then what is that the child universe into? The child has a doll in the hand and then it speaks. Hey, chuck, throw it and go it. What is this world? It has an interaction with the doll. The same doll's hand plucked and thrown out. And then it has an interaction with that. What is that world? That you will come to know while telling stories. Number 2. Number 3. Then you ask the child to tell the story. Hey, Ingva, the child will tell the story. You will not believe whatever philosophy, whatever philosopher, whatever theory you know, everything will be there. In the sense, why I am saying everything will be there, it is so much intense, multiple meanings. The child can tell stories with multiple meanings, but do you have the talent? Or I may not go in this way, you will have an opportunity to know one same story told in multiple perspectives. If you give me one story, I will be going on and on and on in the same way throughout my something, right? Throughout my life, I will be doing it. But child, today it will tell the story in this way. Next day, new characters, but same story in a different way. So the multiple way of narration is very, very important because you have been made a little dull now at this present moment because there is no multiple narrations of what you know. You may know multiple things, but that's not a big thing for me. You should know about one thing, a multiple perspective. And that is what the child will create. And that is what the intention or the objective of the children theater, which you are going to do, because you cannot do it because you don't have an exposure of modern theater, process, practice, or attending workshop or something like that, in which there is a specialized category called applied theater. That also you do not know. So that, but without entering into the main door, you are, jumping from the heaven into the heaven, from the heaven to heaven. That will happen when you listen to the stories of the children. And then the last 4th point is, I end here, that's called critical thinking. Why we do modern theater? We want to make every individual, undergo a process of critical thinking. Two. One. Two. இப்ப சொன்ன 2 மினிட்ஸ்ல முடிக்க போறேன். Are you all happy? Happy? அதனால 2 ன்னா 2 மினிட்ஸ்ல முடிச்சிருவேன். So the last point is, ask, you tell a story. You tell a story. Encourage the child to ask questions. Encourage the child to ask questions. Train the children to ask questions. Why? I'll make a very, very strong statement on the basis of love and concern towards you that you are not asking questions. You are not raising questions. At least you make your successors to ask questions. That is what we want in children theatre. I would have expected, I am making a very strong statement for the past 45 to 50 minutes. There is no question, there is no counter for it. I have asked counter questions sensibly from the age of 6 to till now. I will ask anywhere, but with a protocol. If there are bigger people are there, I will, sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, can I ask one question, sir? Sir, can I present my reflection? I have one reflection, sir. I can say, sir. I just remember, I will not name the great theatre person. He's a very important theatre person in all over India. And I met him in a symposium in Manipur. And I said, sir, can I say something? Hey, bidapa. He said and go. He went, no, don't worry. No issue. No issue. I have a question. I will say it. If you listen it, I will say it. That's all. Still now, I am asking questions in search of knowledge, in search of the truth, in search of the life. And that is what children theatre. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Two. This is two. This is two. One. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That
Yes.
was an enthusiastic and energized session, sir. We have got lots of insights about modern theatre, applied theatre, and children theatre. We have keenly observed the behavior of children and reciprocated their feelings through your lectures, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving to it, says William Arthur Ward. We won't do that, sir. We are happy to have you today here. Thank you so much for an enlightening session, sir.
Okay, last one, I would have said this while starting my lecture called disclaimer, but I want to ask you, sorry and excuse me, to make this afternoon session little more vibrant. I have took some stance of asking you, stand up, like that I behave. It's all, full of love and concern towards you. I have behaved like this. Please don't consider me in other way that I'm very crude and rude. Please excuse me if my behavior is very strong and bad. Forgive me. Thank you. Forgive. Really, I'm asking. Forgive.
Sir, there is a question.
Question, please.
When a child acts like a grown-up in dramas, it feels unnatural and cringy. It is the same way when a matured man or a woman act like an innocent child. So how can we tackle this problem? When we conduct a play on stage with children or old men who act vice versa in their stage. Can you tip some pointers, sir?
Exactly, I have written. I will read it and I will explain. That's what the complaint which I have when someone, work like that. The content of the children theatre should not be taken from the real world, because most of the time real life events do not have logic. It has various reasons behind every single incident. If taken, it confuses among the child. It creates confusion among the child as he or she has not exposed to that situation. In the journey of life, every individual at various stages of their life try to understand the world they are living in. So the content of children theater has to be positioned in the fantasy, because children most of the time live in their fantasy world. Hence, the expected content has to be from the same world, because adult content, I have seen that, which is very ridiculous, because it comes as a hero and heroine speaking romantic dialogues. 6-year-old boy and maybe 8-year-old boy and 6-year-old girl, and people so happily watching it. Illogical. How do you bring in this content? It is very clear in Nati Shastra. Rathi Bhava Shringara Rasa, Hasa Bhava Hasya Rasa. This Rathi Bhava is biological also. It needs the body much to experience the romance. That how will you bring it? So that is ridiculous. You should not do that. Then what we have to do? What is the process? It is there. Please, it is a very interesting question. I want to say a word called metoxis, which Plato says. Plato says human life is because mortality into immortality. Towards this, moves like this, like that, and then like this. So you are in between. The life is in between. You are towards immortality, but you die. Towards immortality, you die. This is what the loose concept, loosely, which I can present on Plato's concept, metoxis. So children theater, what you have to do means, it is like real life is there, content is there, fantasy is there. This fantasy element has to be brought in between, real life element here, and then you fuse it and work, go back to real life, see it, oh, it is like that. Then come back, work, go to the fantasy world and present drama and other things, and then you come back. This is the process which I understand through Gavin Bolton. I forgot to mention the name, whomever worked in children theater, Dorothy Heathcote, Gavin Bolton, Peter Slade, Brian Way, all these guys have worked in children theater. They say this, that in-betweenness is the place where the process happens vibrantly. So the question is, bigger people doing this role and these people doing that role, it's all ridiculous. But you have to think that how will you bring in the fantasy world's essence here? How will the take the content which has to be discussed and here, and then like this. When I was asked to present a webinar on actors training program, I presented this metoxis in the actor's point of view. But this is what the answer I want to say. In between working space, no, that has to be very consciously constructed by the facilitator. And he or she also can participate. Hey, when I worked in Daffodils English School, at that time only I was called to attend a training program in, it happened 10 years before. See what happened, I was in charge of dramatics department, 4th standard students, 5th, 6th standard students, or the member of the drama club. I have been called to some symposium. So I asked my dance teacher to balance this 1 month work. I will come. What happened at that time, there was a Bangalore theatre festival. The school management asked that some theatre should be, Upendra sir is left, though we cannot do play. All the teachers were doing. But my process, I used to work in the in-betweenness. No, the children were very active. They went to the principal, sir, we will put a play, sir. Hey, really? Yes. Okay, one teacher, I go and help him. Some teacher came there and they themselves created a play, produced a play, they directed it, and they got first prize also. So this is what, the in-betweenness makes it, because I used to join with them. Whenever, when I was directing a play just a year before, I made an entry like this. Then suddenly my team member, the 4th standard boy said, sir, no sir, this doesn't work. I'll do one thing. This you can enter from there, sir. Principal is sitting, management is sitting, management people are just looking at the process. But I don't know other teacher, how will he or she take? I was so happy. How they know Pranav? How the love super. Oh. Then I started the character entry from here. It was so nice. And then I said, super Pranav, chanang madidi neenu. I told him like that. So Why I am saying this? Unknowingly, the process makes the children, child who is in this process to understand what and how and why. This what, how, and why is the question which subjectively they should understand, and then that only makes the child to to learn something from the process. So this is what I want to say. I'll give you one interesting example for the act as what I said. There is a tiger like this, and there is prey, that's a deer there. The actual vibrancy, it's not in the tiger, it's not in the deer also. The deer also has sensed it, the tiger is there. You get my point? My point is, this is real, assume it, this is real, like this. There is deer, just assume it, it's B, it's A. But the tiger come here and takes position, no, like this, it takes a position, no. This in betweenness is very, very important. The position and the condensing of, or the whole energy, the power which is focusing time is in betweenness. And this is what very important for this hunting. It's not the tiger, it's not the deer, it is this in betweenness. The tiger is here looking at the deer, but it comes and takes the posture like this. And this is the space for these two, A and B. It's not the B, it's not the A, it's in betweenness. This is what makes the task success or failure. So children theater means, if you choose the content, think it is in between the real and in between the fantasy. If you exactly take the adult content, it is real, it does not work. If you exactly take the fantasy, it doesn't work, because you are entering into another world which is not real. So how do you fuse both? Where do you fuse it? That's called metaxis. That's what Plato said, that in betweenness is a great space where facilitator and child can enter and have knowledge, experience, come back and live their world. And that's what I wish to say it as a question answer. Thank you very much.
Actually, this is a question from a Zoom online participant.
Yeah, I sensed it. Yeah, good. Any questions? Okay, I want one comment from here, one comment from here, because I have been like, if you give 50 rupees, people has to dance for only 50 rupees, but I have danced for 5,000 rupees. So what you have to do? At least you have to speak only one sentence, anyone. Do you get my point? Children, friends, say, look at my gesture. You have to speak. You have to speak. Please speak. Should I go down? Anyone from here stand up? I will go down. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Take a photo. I will go down, take a photo and show it to everyone. It's a great pride, no? You made one facilitator to go down. Stand up. Stand up. Anyone stand up? Stand up. I'll show. You stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. No, நீங்க தான் எந்திரிங்க. அவங்கள்ட்ட மைக்க கொடுங்க. பேசுங்க. பாருங்க. Hello friends. Brother, I will come there. Now when I was working with Azim Premji Foundation, there will be உங்களுக்கு பாருங்க, சும்மா பிரீத்திங் டைம், இந்த கேப் ஃபில்லிங்காக பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். ரிலாக்ஸா நீங்க திங்க் பண்ணி பேசணுங்கிறதுக்காக கேப்ல பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். என்னன்னா, அசீம் பிரேம்ஜி ஃபவுண்டேஷன்ல கன்சல்டன்ட் ஃபார் டிராமா அண்ட் எஜுகேஷன் த்ரூ ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட் போகும்போது பெரிய எக்ஸ்பர்ட் அவர், ஸ்டேட் ஹெட். அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவாரு, இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பெரிய டாபிக் எல்லாம் பிரசன்ட் பண்ண பிறகு கேளுங்க, எல்லாரையும் உட்கார வச்சுட்டு ஷேர் யுவர் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் அப்படின்னு. என்னடா ஃபீலிங்ஸ் சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, அவன் எல்லாம் ரெடி பண்ணிருப்பான், இந்த பாயிண்ட் அந்த பாயிண்ட் சொல்லணும்னு. அவர் ஒன்னும் சொல்ல மாட்டாரு. ஸோ ஃபீலிங்ஸ், ஷேர் யுவர் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் அப்படின்றாரு. அப்படின்னா கண்டென்ட் எல்லாம் ஒன்னும் இங்க சொல்ல போறது இல்ல, ஒன்னும் வேலைக்கு ஆக போறது இல்ல. The words from the heart is feedback. Words from the heart will communicate many things, and that's what we want. மனசுல என்ன வருதோ அது சும்மா அப்படி பேசுவோம். 1, 2, 3 start. Sir, good morning sir. அதுதான் first line. சொல்லுங்க. Good afternoon sir. சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க. Good afternoon sir. சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க பரவாயில்லை. Good afternoon sir. சொல்லுங்க please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
போதுமா? Sir, it's very good sir. அது சொல்லுங்க. Sir, your presentation was very good sir. சொல்லுங்க. Please tell me. சொல்லுங்க. அவங்க சொன்னதே சொல்லுங்க. அப்படியே சொல்லுங்க. இல்ல நீங்க ஹெல்ப் பண்றதா அப்படியே சொல்லுங்க. அவங்க சொன்னதை அப்படியே சொல்லுங்க ப்ளீஸ். எனக்காக சொல்லுங்க. இல்லைன்னா நான் எழுதுருவேன். அவ்வளவுதான். அப்படியே சொல்லுங்க. அப்படியே சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க.
இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நிறைய கிளாஸ் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம் சார். நீங்க
சொல்லுங்க.
இல்ல ஒவ்வொரு டைம் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஒருத்தவங்க பேசும்போது நிறைய பேருக்கு தூக்கம் வரும். நீங்க பேசுறது வந்து எங்களுக்கு என்டர்டைன்மெண்டா இருந்தது.
இதுல நிறைய மீனிங் இருக்கு. நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். நம்ம அண்ணன் கிட்ட கொடுங்க. அண்ணன் கிட்ட கொடுப்பா. தம்பி நீ கொடுப்பா. மேடம் சார் அண்ணா ரெடி இருக்கணும். சார் கிட்ட மேடம் கிட்ட கொடுங்க. அப்பா
Sir, is children theater also focuses on creating child artists? Because generally in world we see performers like Michael Jackson or others, they say that as a child when they perform they were very stressed, and Michael Jackson was throughout voicing out about this child artist and pressure. And from your presentation I understood that children should be let free and they should not be forced. So what I want to ask is children theater can be used as kind of kind of medium to treat disabled children and all, so that they will feel free with their body and all? Can you please throw some light, because theater is not my cup of tea, so I just asked.
No, the answer is in your question itself. Yes, because theater, theater arts in the context of the process, it has been used by various experts. Even I may name. Please don't forgive me. Forgive me. I'm going to name a real man. Jaggi Vasudev is using theater games. Sri Ravi Shankar is using theater games. Why? Means it gives some result. It gives some value. May not be therapeutic, but I may say that it has some therapeutic value. So that if it is consciously structured with specific objective, if you know the nuances of the participants very specifically, you can actually use this modern theater processes to various other subfields as well. 2 points that is coming in my mind. Number one, in 1950, theater arts is called as extracurricular activity. In the 1980s and 90s, as per the National Curriculum Framework, it is called as co-curricular activity. Now in 2005 and 2014 and now in 2020, how will you make art-oriented classroom? Nishtha module 3. There is number of modules released by NCERT. Go and search for Nishtha and module 3, in which they will very clearly say arts integrated classroom. What is it? So in which they very clearly say that what is the purpose of arts and role of arts inside the classroom. One, madam. Number two, one story from our real life. When I was asked, as madam read it, Trivikrama, a play, it's based on the Sanskrit poem in English, sir. I did that play. Morning, 10 o'clock, it was presented for, for the set of audience in Christ College auditorium, that big auditorium. And VC was there and all the HODs, dean, fathers were there. It was so marvelously presented. Afternoon, in the evening, 5 o'clock show is there. So to make them active, engaged, the other play was Robert Frost's play, The road not taken was by other director. I took this Trivikramar play. 10 o'clock show, it was very good. So in between, no, we are in very joy and I will make little active like that. No, I took 2 theater games and one process in between around 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I chose a wrong, and may not be wrong, not inappropriate task and exercise and game. So what happened? 5 o'clock play fell flat. I noticed very clearly. So, but people may not know, people enjoyed it, but the play fell flat. But why I am saying this is, when you are working with special need children, you need, people used to ask, are you certified? They will ask, if I go and say, are you certified? Then I will have reference from Dr. Sridhar Murthy, who worked as Dean in Psychology Department. He will say, he has been collaboratively working with me. I have given a number of tasks like that. That reference says that I am little knowledgeable, sensible, and or towards expertise, something like that. So when you are saying a special area, you need a special knowledge about it. Then only you can do it. Yeah, that's why subjective understanding, madam. In that way only I wish to answer yours. அவர்கிட்ட கொடுங்க மைக். 1 2 3 4 3 கொடுங்க, சார் கொடுங்க. கிரீன் ஷர்ட் சார் கொடுங்க. நீங்க பேசுங்க. ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ். இல்ல செல்ஃபி எடுத்துருவாங்க. கம் ஆன், ஸ்டாண்ட் அப் ப்ளீஸ். திஸ் இஸ் தி லாஸ்ட் கமெண்ட். ப்ளீஸ் ஸ்டாண்ட் அப், ப்ளீஸ் ஸ்டாண்ட் அப், ப்ளீஸ் 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 பேசுங்க. மைக் வைங்க, மைக் வைங்க, ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ். சார் குட் ஈவினிங் சார் சொல்லுங்க. குட் ஈவினிங் சார்.
குட் ஈவினிங் சார்.
ஓகே சார். சார் மார்வலஸ் சார், சூப்பரா பிரசன்ட் பண்ணீங்க. அப்படி சொல்லுங்க, சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க ப்ளீஸ்.
சூப்பரா பிரசன்ட் பண்ணீங்க சார்.
இன்னும் ஒரே ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ், உங்க 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 சென்டென்ஸ் ஒன்னு சொல்லுங்க. இது என்னது, இது உங்களுக்கு ஒன்னு சொல்லுங்க.
ஜென்டில்மேன் சார், ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா இருக்கு.
என்ன சொன்னாரு? என்ன சொன்னாரு?
சுனேந்திரா
இல்ல சொல்லுங்க, இன்னொரு தடவை சொல்லுங்க. ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல் சொல்லுங்க. ஒரே ஒரு வார்த்தை ப்ளீஸ், ஒரே ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் சொல்லுங்க ப்ளீஸ். ஒரே ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் சொல்லுங்க.
தேங்க் யூ சார்.
சார் இங்க பாருங்க பிரதர், ஒரே ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க, சீர் சொல்லுங்க.
என்னடா சொல்ல?
போட்டோ எடுத்துருவாங்க, போட்டோ.
முத்து சொல்றா டேய்.
டெல் மீ ஒன் சென்டென்ஸ். அவர் சொன்னதே சொல்லுங்க, சொல்லுங்க 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 சொல்லுங்க. நோ 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 நோ, ஐ வில் நாட். ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ் ப்ளீஸ், only 2 minutes ப்ளீஸ். எல்லாம் பெரியவங்களா இருக்காங்க ப்ளீஸ். நாம ரெண்டு பேரும் இப்படி பண்ண கூடாது, தப்பு.
நல்லா பேசுனீங்க சார்.
என்னப்பா?
நல்லா பேசுனீங்க சார்.
நல்லா பேசுனீங்க. என்ன பேசணும் நானு?
தியேட்டர் பத்தி.
தியேட்டர் பத்தி. ஆபரேஷன் தியேட்டர் தானே?
அப்ளைட் தியேட்டர்.
அப்ளைட் தியேட்டர். அப்பா, எவரிபடி கிளாப் கிளாப். 2 2 2 2 2. நான் தப்பிச்சிட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுங்க. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye.
Sir.
சரி.
Good afternoon, sir.
அப்பா, சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, sorry. சார், இது வந்து போஸ்டர் செஷனா இருந்தாலும் ரொம்பவே இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருந்துச்சு சார்.
யாரோ சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்கறாங்க இல்லையா? சார் சொல்லுங்க.
நீங்க பண்ற சின்ன சின்ன அந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ஸ்னால வந்த லைட்டான தூக்கமும் போயிடுச்சு. இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காவும் இருந்துச்சு, அதே சமயம் நாலேஜபிளாவும் இருந்துச்சு சார். தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ.
இன்னும் ஏதோ இருக்கு இன்னும் உள்ள ஏதோ இருக்கு இல்லையா? சரி, ஓகே. தேங்க்யூ. I again ask sorry for all the great dignitaries in the front row and in the second row. I mean, it's in the core I am like this, and then today these children, these students made me to present like this. Don't feel otherwise. Great dignitaries in the first and second row. Thank you, madam. Thank you for tolerating me. Thank you for tolerating. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir. Thank you.
I request the participant to share feedback about the conference.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Kalpana from 3VC. As it's the norm, I would like to register my sincere thanks to the management for supporting such a program. See, even 2 years back, I attended the same program where even Wesley sir was there. And after attending it, I approached my department with the same proposal. Ma'am, one day or the other, we ought to offer such a program to our students too. Then my HOD told, "Emma, படிக்கிற பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு எதுக்குமா நடிப்பு அப்படின்னாங்க." அப்ப நான் சொன்னேன், "மேம் அப்படி இல்ல, பிள்ளைங்க கல்யாணம் ஆகி போயிருவாங்க, இம்மீடியட்டா மாமியார் பிடிக்காது, 95% நாத்தனார் பிடிக்காது, அவங்களெல்லாம் பிடிக்கணும்னா அவங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கிற மாதிரி நடிக்க தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும், அப்பதான் அவங்களுக்கு வாழ்க்கை ஓடும், அதனால இப்படி ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் நமக்கு தேவைன்னு சொன்னேன் நான்." See, in spite of me giving such a justification, I couldn't materialize that. I don't think Padmanashini ma'am would have given us such a justification. Do you, ma'am? Illa, avanga ketane approve pannirupanga. Many colleges do not know the worth of it. See, if you are if you want to become a successful English teacher, you got to be very expressive. Otherwise, how could you teach literature? Certainly, drama teaches that. In the morning, Wesley sir was asking, drama, இது வந்து டிராமா உங்களுக்கு என்ன கொடுத்துச்சு, இந்த ஒரு விஷயம் எனக்கு டிராமா மட்டும்தான் கொடுத்துச்சு அப்படின்ட்டு நீங்க எதையா சொல்லுவீங்களான்னு. சார், it gives expression. Certainly. That's why the other science teacher, then they are not even 15% expressive like an English teacher. You people agree with me? Yes, that is for what we people are revered. Even on the part 2 class முடிச்சு போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் people, students would flock when they see you somewhere outside. They would tell they are missing your classes still. So for which you got to be very expressive, that a drama gives. And that is the privilege we literature people have got. And so 2 days, it went so well. And we gained a new definition for this applied theater too. I came with the notion that there would be some scenes which people would be acting, and they would be inviting students to act something on the stage. But after coming here, I learned that even active listening makes an applied theater very successful. Yes? Yes? Yes. Thank you. Then, if you do not be expressive, as sir told, one day the future generation would ask you to get out, as sir told. You want that to happen with you? Certainly not, right? So let's all give a big clap for such a program, please. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any other feedback?
Hi, it's me, Maharajan from Virudhunagar. I'm working at SN College, Madurai. Feedback. I came for to say some few lines about this conference. Photo எடுக்கிறீங்களா? Okay. அதாவது டைம் ஆகிட்டு தான் இருக்கு. சின்ன விஷயம்தான், இன்னைக்கு நடந்ததை வச்சு சொல்கிறேன். காலையில் வரும்போது ஒரு முதிர்ச்சி உள்ள மனிதன், அவங்க மங்கேஸ்வரி மேம் வந்து கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் போயிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. அப்படியே மதியம் வரும்போது ஒரு துள்ளுவது இளமை தனுஷ் மாதிரி ஒரு காலேஜ் லைஃப்பை பற்றி டேவிட் சார் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தார். தியேட்டர் இன் கிளாஸ் ரூம். அப்படியே மதியம் சாப்பிட்டு நல்லா தூங்கலாம் பார்த்தா உபேந்திரா சார், the Upendra from sociology from Delhi is very famous author for sociology. That like your character also very famous in child theater, I think. அவர் என்ன பண்ணிட்டாருன்னா, நம்மளாம் பியாஜோவோட கருத்து, he is your philosophy. பியாஜோ வந்து குழந்தைகள் வந்து எப்படி how to learn the child psychology in psychology he taught for us. அந்த விஷயத்தை எடுத்து அப்ளை பண்ணி கொண்டு போனார். அப்படியே நம்மள ஒரு டீன் 18, 19, 20 இந்த ஏஜ் எல்லாத்தையும் 40, 50 எல்லாத்தையும் எங்க கொண்டு வந்துட்டார்னா, குவான்னு 1, 2, 3 ஏஜ் கொண்டு வந்துட்டார் சைல்டுக்கு. ஸோ இப்போ எங்க மனசெல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, we are feeling like feather, வெயிட்டே இல்லை. தண்ணிக்குள்ள போனா உடம்பு வெயிட் இருக்காது. அது மாதிரி my heartனா இது கிடையாது. This is very loved up heart, mind, everything is here only. We people literaturely heart is this like we draw. It's not nothing is here. So இப்போ என் மைண்ட் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, நான் குழந்தை பருவத்தில் இருக்க மாதிரி இருக்கேன். The infant baby அவர் சொல்றதெல்லாம் உண்மை. ஸோ we want to observe everything from the child because அவங்கள்ட்ட வந்து நெகட்டிவ் தாட் கிடையாது. குழந்தைகிட்ட they have no negative thought, only positive. And the pendulum between us, yeah. When we want to take some decision, we should be like that only. How the wild animal hunt another animal, but we should not hunt any people. We want to hunt your life for in positive thought. So this room, this college is very famous and is my second hometown, Satur, and this college also. My professor Jayanti, Ajanta, Batmishri ma'am, Nirmal Anna, and these 4 people are very close friend and family friend for me. எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டேன். ஒன்று கண்டிப்பாக சொல்லணும், எப்பயும் சொல்லக்கூடிய விஷயம் தான். ஃபீட்பேக்னாலே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இங்கே சாப்பாடு அருமையாக இருக்கும். நேற்று சாம்பார் நெய் சாதம், இன்னைக்கு வெஜிடபிள் பிரியாணி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ். பட் எனக்கு அந்த ஜூஸ் கிடைக்கல, ஏமாத்திட்டாங்க. வந்து நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வந்து பண்ணிடுங்க, நல்லா சர்வீஸ் பண்ணுங்க. அண்ட் வெஸ்லி சார் வந்து 2017 அவர் காலேஜ் நான் போயிருந்தேன். அப்போ வந்து ஸ்ட்ரீட் ட்ராமா எடுத்திருந்தாங்க மங்கை கரிஷ்மா. அப்போ தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்த்தேன். பட் இந்த தடவை தலைவர்கிட்ட வந்து வேற லெவலில் நான் ஒரு எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணேன். பட் ஆனால் அவர் வந்து ஒரு இப்படி தாண்டா நீ வாத்தியாரா வந்துட்டா, நீ இப்படி தான் கிளாஸ்ல வந்து நடத்தணும் சொல்லி நீங்க சொல்லி காமிச்சிருக்காரு. பட் அவர் சார் ரிட்டையர்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர் சொன்ன மாதிரி நீங்க இப்போ ஏத்துக்கல அந்த கருத்தை. சார் நீங்க உங்க காலேஜ்ல வந்து இந்த மார்க் இருந்தால் தான் உள்ள ஸ்டூடெண்ட் எடுப்பீங்க. இந்த காலேஜில் அப்படி கிடையாது. நீ படிக்கிறியா வாடா அப்படிங்க கூப்பிடுவோம். இங்க ஒன்றும் படிக்காதவங்க இந்த ஊரை சுத்தி நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. முதல் தலைமுறை இப்பதான் படிக்க வருது. ஸோ அவன் நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல வந்து ஒரு ஃபாரின் லாங்குவேஜ் அவன் சொல்லுவான். நிறைய மீம்ஸ்னா கலைப்போம். தமிழ் அதாவது இப்போ ஹிந்தி கற்றுக்கிட்டேன் பானிபூரி விற்கிறான்னு சொல்லுவான். இங்கிலீஷ் கற்றுக்கிட்டு நான் எதுக்கு நான் ஊரில் இருக்கேன்னு சொல்லுவான். ஸோ அவனா நம்ம தேத்தி கூட்டு வந்து ஏன்னா இப்படி தாண்டா இருக்கும், பின்னா இப்படி தாண்டா போடணும், 2 எழுத்து வாசிடா 3 எழுத்து வாசிடா. இங்கே டீச்சர் பிஹெச்டி போனவே நாக்கு தள்ளி போயிடும். அவன் எதுக்குடா பிஹெச்டி பண்ணணும், இதுக்கு நம்ம ஸ்கூல்லேயே டீச்சர் டிப்ளமோ டீச்சர் ட்ரைனிங் படித்தா போதும்னா நினைப்பான். ஸோ அவனை காலேஜ் லைஃப்பில் இங்கிலீஷ் படிக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். இங்கே படிக்கிறவன் தான் இங்கே டேலண்ட் ஆனால் தான் உங்கள் காலேஜுக்கு பிஜி வரான். எங்கேருந்து வர, விருதுநகர்லேருந்து வரேன், சாத்தூர்லேருந்து வரேன், மதுரையிலேருந்து வரேன். ஸோ அவன் பேசிக் லிட்ரேச்சர் கற்றுக்கிட்டு வெளியே வர்றதுக்கே ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது. ஸோ எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு நான் பிஜி பண்ணும்போது நான் வந்து ஒரு மைம் ஆர்டிஸ்ட். மோர் தென் 10 times ஐ காட் கண்டினியூஸ் ப்ரைஸ் வாங்கினேன் மைமில். டிரான்ஸ்ஜெண்டர் நடிச்சிருக்கேன், மேக்பத் ரோல் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், ஹேம்லெட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ நான் யூஜி பண்ணது டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எஜுகேஷன், பிஜி ரெகுலர் கொங்கன் ஆர்ட்ஸ் சயின்ஸ் காலேஜ். ஸோ இன்வால்மெண்ட் அவ்வளோதான். பட் நம்ம ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி கொண்டு வரலாம், நம்ம கொடுக்கலாம். அவங்களுக்கும் குடும்பம் குட்டி பிள்ளை எல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, எவ்வளோ நேரம் அவனோடய நம்ம பாடுபட்டு இருக்க முடியும். ஸோ இது வந்து மாறும். நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, இனி உங்கள் காலேஜில் நீங்கள் அடுத்து வரும்போது கிராமத்தில் இருக்க மாணவங்களுக்கு யூ வாண்ட் கிவ் த ரிசர்வேஷன் தேர் ஆல்சோ. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நீங்கள் வரீங்க அப்படின்னா அவனுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கொடுத்து கொண்டு வந்தால் தான் அது இந்த தியேட்டர் வந்து உங்களை மாதிரி ஆளுங்க வந்து பெருசாக விரிஞ்சு கொண்டு போக முடியும். நம்ம சொல்கிறோம் யுவர் கண்ட்ரி இந்தியா இஸ் எ ப்ராட், ரொம்ப வளர்ந்தது விரிந்தது அப்படின்னா நம்ம வந்து வளரணும். நம்மளோட தன்மையை நம்ம வளர்த்துக்கிட்டா தான் எல்லாத்தையும் வளர்க்க முடியும். ரொம்ப பேச விரும்பல. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
Good evening, everyone present here. I'm Dr. Soundari from St. Xavier's College, Palayamkottai. The students of SRNM College, they're really fortunate. That is how I feel. The very moment I stepped in, this is the first experience for me here. I could see the infrastructure. You're really fortunate. You see, this is a wonderful climate for you to equip yourself. And see the conference, recent years, I don't remember any other conference. Of course, 2 years, this online and all that. But the resource persons, look at the revered resource persons. Every session gives a lot of input for us. And the auditorium and the campus, Greeny, professors, Dr. Jayanti ma'am, and all the wonderful team. You're really fortunate. I should say that you can learn your English, your confidence, everything, the very same ground here, nowhere else, right? And maybe this is my suggestion that you got everything here. And I must thank the college management also for supporting this program. I really missed yesterday's program because of the OD problem and all that. Today only I got, and I really feel lucky to be with the revered resource persons today. And thank you all. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, one and all. I would like to thank Dr. Upendra sir, David sir, Mangai ma'am, and the writer Revati ma'am. I take this opportunity to thank all those personalities who came here to make us more getting knowledge about this applied theatre. Thank you, sir. Thank
you, ma'am. Is there any other feedback? Joy is the simplest form of gratitude, says Karl Barth. I welcome Dr. A. Padmashini to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the organizing team and the Research Department of English, it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this gracious occasion. I express my sincere gratitude to our principal, Dr. S. Ganesram sir, for his consistent encouragement to organize such kind of events in our college. He is a great source of inspiration for us to conduct and organize the unique conferences within our campus. My heart fills with a lot of gratitude and respect for our distinguished guest speakers, Dr. Mangai, Dr. Sivanyanam Jaisankar, Professor Ilango, Dr. Muruga Bhupati, Dr. Upendra, Dr. David Wesley, for not only sparing their valuable time for us to grace this occasion, but also for enlightening us with their commendable talk on applied theatre. I thank our head of the department, Dr. R. Sumati, for her encouragement to organize this program more successfully. I acknowledge my heartfelt thanks to the director, South Zone Cultural Center, Tanjavur. My special thanks to the late Dr. Balasubramaniam, former director of South Zone Cultural Center, Tanjavur. I thank Thiru Ravindra and the administrative officer, Thiru Srinivasan, for their relentless support to organize this great event. I register my lovable and sincere thanks to Dr. B. Ajanta for her timely, optimistic, and vibrant support to organize this conference more colorful. I thank all the student participants, research scholars, and faculty members who were part of this program on both these days. I thank the non-teaching staff members, Jacob sir, and our superintendent, Gunasegaran sir, for their continuous support until the conclusion of this program. Once again, I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I thank the research scholars who had helped us in comparing and other related works. I thank our student volunteers who helped us voluntarily in organizing the 2 days event successfully. Thank you once again. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gratitude. You can't blame gravity for falling in love, says Albert Einstein. I'm sure these 2 days made us fall in love with drama. People will forget what you did, but people will not forget what you made them feel. There is no doubt that audience will never forget the feeling they got at the 2 days hybrid international conference on applied theatre. There are so many reasons to be thankful every day. And today is the day to thank each and every one of you.
I forgot to thank our department faculty members. Without their cooperation, we cannot conduct this program 2 days event successfully. They have helped us in conducting the paper presentation session successfully. So I have forgotten to thank them. I thank the faculty members once again. I thank one and all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. There are so many reasons to be thankful every day. And today is the day to thank each and every one of you for making this conference a grand success. Thank you all.